Once upon a time, in a land across the sea, on the outskirts of a village in the north, lived a family of 6. Mr. March and Mrs. March had 4 daughters, Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy. Though they were not rich, the Marches brought their children in love and wisdom, and together they made a happy, contented home for each other. Hard times came, however. A war broke out, and Mr. March went to join the army, leaving his wife and daughters to fend for themselves. By this time, Meg, the eldest, was 16, Jo 15, Beth 13, and Amy 12. And they all still had much to learn in the way of wisdom and womanliness. Here we found them one cold winter evening in the March's living room, sitting, talking, and waiting for Mrs. March to come home.
It's so dreadful to be poor and not to be able to buy pretty dresses.
And having to work for people who go down on you because you're not rich. But I want so much to be a writer and be independent. I know I shouldn't be naughty, but washing the dishes makes my hands so stiff. I can't practice piano. Oh, I don't believe any of you suffer as I do. For the teacher, Mr. Davis, is mean and cruel, and he's bad. And Joe, I wish you would not cross your legs. It's so unladylike. Why, that's why I do it. I detest rude and ladylike girls. I hate affected, nimmy-pimmy girls.
Girls, let's not quarrel.
It is unpleasant to be poor, but at least my father, Barbie, and each other. Well, that's right. We're a jolly side off better than rich people who spend their time fighting each other. None of the girls in my class have 3 older sisters.
How are my girls doing?
Barbie!
Come here. Why, thank you, Joe. Meg, how are things going? I have a treat for you from the post office.
A letter from Potter. Let's read it.
To my dearest wife and children, we have been on the march all day in a bitter wind, but everyone is in good spirits and hopes to be home by spring. I think of you all by day, pray for you at night, and find my best comfort in your affection at all times. A year seems very long to wait before I see my girls, but remember that these hard days need not be wasted. I know you will not forget all I said to you, that you will be loving children to your mother, and do your duty faithfully, fight your bosom enemies bravely, and conquer yourselves so beautifully that when I come back to you, I will be fonder and prouder than ever of my little women. Love, Father.
Oh, I'm a selfish girl, but I'll surely try to be better. So you may not be disappointed in me or why.
We all will. I think too much of my books and hate to work, but won't anymore if I can.
And I'll try to be a little woman, as Sarah loves to call me, and do my duty here instead of wanting to be somewhere else. And I will do my chores diligently and not be so afraid of people.
I pray and believe you will, children. There will be trials and tears on the way, but always hold on to hope and remember that you have a friend to turn to for every need. Help each other, forgive each other, and watch over each other, and you will be all that your father and I ever hoped for.
We will, Barbie!
Days seemed to fly by swiftly after that evening, and girls tried to keep their promises, though it was awfully hard. Soon the year was drawing to a snowy end, and one day, a letter came from their neighbor, Mrs. Gardiner, an invitation for the eldest March girls, Meg and Jo, to dance on New Year's Eve. The invitation had Meg and Jo fluttering with delight and desperately looking for dresses and gloves for vacation. The entire family popped in excitement, Amy constantly commenting on the latest fashions, and Beth marveling at how well Meg Finally, after much fuss, the two Mrs. March arrived at the gardener's house.
Oh, how I wish I had silk instead. Mother says I may when I'm 18 perhaps, but 2 years is the everlasting time to wait.
Oh, I'm sure our dresses look like silk and are nice enough for us. Besides, they're just almost as good as new. However, I'm so careless that there are burns and tears all over mine. She was so bad when I moved around.
Just sit still all you can, it'll be alright.
Alright then, I'll stay still. I don't care much for company dancing anyway.
You never like these things much, but Joe, at least for tonight, do remember to be proper and ladylike. Don't stare, don't put your hand behind your back, don't whistle, and don't speak too loudly.
Well, try, Meg, but I know I shall forget. If you see me doing anything wrong, just remind me, will you?
I will if I can. Ah, there's Sally.
Meg March, you look absolutely heavenly. I'm simply delighted that Mother invited you.
Thank you. I hope this old dress of mine will serve the occasion well, as my family cannot afford. I mean, I'm not allowed to have food yet.
That's absurd. Young ladies of our age ought to be allowed to make extravagances on dresses. Just the other day at the tailor's place on Church Street, I noticed a dress of pink silk that was such a perfect. Oh, hello, Jeff. Nice to see you again. It has the smoothest textures and the nicest laces and pumps. You should definitely check it out. It'll be the dress to change your mother's mind about silk.
Could we go together sometime? There's this other hero place cloth that I adore since last spring. It'll be a place to simply look at it.
I love to. There's all this bonnet and this pair of gloves I bought last
Good
week.
evening, ladies.
Ah, hello, Matt.
Good evening.
Thank you again.
Oh, no, thank you. I was about to show Matt here my new gloves. Why don't you ask Jo over there? She might dance with you.
Very well,
my
then.
God.
Good night, ladies.
Come on, Matt. Come here, room's over there.
Oh, dear me, I didn't know anyone was here.
Don't mind me. Stay if you like.
Shan't I disturb you?
Oh, not a bit. I only came here because I don't know many people and rather strange at first.
Oh, so did I. Oh, don't go away, please. Unless you'd rather. I seem to remember seeing you before. You live near us, don't you?
Oh, right next door with my grandfather. It's Miss March, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, yes, Mr. Lawrence, but I'm not Miss March. I'm older.
And I'm not Mr. Lawrence. I'm only Laurie.
Lori, don't you dance?
Oh, I've spent a good many years of my life in Europe. I haven't been to continent not yet, so I'm going to be.
In Europe? That's capital. Where have you been in Europe? England? France? Germany?
Oh, in France, for the most part. Grandfather wants me to study in a country rich with culture and history. But now that I'm older, he wants me back home to return to college.
Oh, in France. I wish I had been there. Well, it's supposed to be going to college soon, Dad.
Well, not going to do it. I won't go before I'm 17.
Aren't you but 15?
16 next month.
I wish I was going to college. You don't seem as if you like it, though.
Oh, I hate it. I wouldn't even consider college if not for grandfather. She wants me to be a businessman like he was.
Well, what do you like to do then?
To live in Italy and to enjoy myself in my own way. Oh, you dance. It seems rather strange to be not dancing a dance.
I can't because
Guess what?
promise me you won't tell. I scorched my dress, see? I had to stay still so no one would see it. You can laugh if you want, it's funny, I know. Joel! Great, Susan, it's nice to show Meg. Meg, are you alright? Meg, what's wrong?
I sprained my ankle during the dance. It ached so that I can't hardly stand, and I don't know how I'm ever going to get home.
I'm sure we'll figure something out. Oh, Meg, this is Lori. She lives next door. Lori, this is my sister Meg.
Oh, pleased to make your acquaintance. You know, my carriage is waiting just outside. Let me take you.
Thank you, but you don't need to live yet. It's still early.
Oh, I always go early. I do. Please let me take you home.
Choice do we have?
This way.
After they arrived back home, the sister had a heart chat for the thrilling events of the party. Yet after that day, it proved hard for them to take up their burdens once more and go on a lifetime adventure. The March sister did not see Lawrence boy again until one particular day, weeks later, when Amy was thoroughly humiliated at school due to an incident involving 25 lives.
Hello there, are you alright?
I can't go home.
Oh, you're Amy. I'm Laurie.
I know. You helped Mac back home when she sprained her ankle at a party. But I can't go home right now. I should have told them. And they'll be so disappointed in me. Mr. David hit me.
Oh, would you like to come in here for a while then?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Sure, come on.
Such trouble. I wish all the girls would leave and spoil his old school. All those lights. I brought 25 lights to school. Mr. Davis says it's contraband article. Make me throw them all out of the window. Oh, what a painting.
Oh, you like paintings?
I want to paint, be a painter, and go to Rome, and do fine pictures, and be the best artist in the whole world.
Sure you are.
Amy,
What happened? What happened? I just brought some lime to school. And then Mr. Davis hit me. Oh, what a villain. He should be arrested without delay.
You should have a vacation from school. I don't approve of corporal punishment, especially for girls.
you can study every day with Beth. Joe will teach you.
Me? You're a good teacher, Joe. As long as I don't have to see Mr. Davis again, though it's perfectly maddening to think of those lovely lines.
I'm not sorry you lost them, but you broke the rules and deserve some punishment. Disobedience.
Do you mean you're glad I was disgraced before the whole school?
Amy,
Theodore Lawrence, you ought to be the happiest boy in the world.
Oh, that one can live on books?
I can.
Oh, that's my grandfather.
Well, it looks as if he has a tremendous will of his own. However, he isn't as handsome as my grandfather. But I still like him.
You don't think me as handsome as your grandfather?
Oh, no, sir. I didn't mean to.
You've got a grandfather. I was proud of his friend.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for taking care of Amy.
Oh, you are all welcome to visit at any time.
Laurie neglects his music now. The piano suffers from one of these. When it's not your girls like to run over and practice on it just to keep him to. Well, if you don't care to come.
Oh, sir. Sir, did you care very, very much?
Ah, so you are the musical girl?
I'm Beth, and I love it dearly. And I'll come. If you're quite sure no one will hear me and be disturbed.
That's it. Come and join me as much as you like, and I should be obliged to you.
How kind you are, sir.
Well, it's time to get going, my dears.
come on, Amy.
Joe, or any book you like.
Is it a
Thank you.
time
My apologies for causing the trouble.
Well, back to your studies.
The four sisters welcomed Laurie into their midst and soon became the best of friends. To heading off his tutor, Laurie was always belligerent and ran over to the marshes, but his grandpa was now content to live in Mama's careful hands. They had wonderful times playing outdoors and exploring Laurie's manor, Meg reveling in the flowers, Joe devouring the books, and Amy studying the beautiful paintings. Only Beth has yet to pluck up the courage to revisit. It was now another Saturday evening, and March girls had gathered for their very own secret society. society, a fine little assembly nicknamed the Pivot Club. Once a week, they met to read a paper filled with original tales, poetry, news, and good-natured hints in which to remind each other of their faults and shortcomings. At this moment, the Lady Mag was reading an enthralling narrative of the fancy party that so captured her spirit.
Miss March soon found herself turned hither and thither by the variety of fashions and flattery until she was made quite a fool. Caught by thoughts of extravagance and whisked away by the lofty mannerisms, she finally sprained her ankle, putting a fortunate end to the misleading beauty. Her kindly mother took her aside and gently put her to rest. The silly girl realized that the praises she received and dreamed of receiving were all of an empty sort, for they were never for herself truly, but merely for her appearance. Henceforth, she shall learn to know and value praise that's true and worth having, and earn the admiration of excellent people by being modest as well as pretty. Now the paper's favorite author returns with exciting news of her own. If you please, Miss Jo.
Why, of course, the snowfall of yesterday eve would be just the perfect thing for one to write with and has inspired one of the most amazing passage in my manuscripts. The stories are finally coming together and shall soon be ready for publication. Oh, I can't wait to read it.
We shall all read it together. It will be the perfect thing for evening with other people.
Oh, do you suppose we could play out roles and voices? My father should introduce you apparently, my dear. But first, my dear ladies, I would like to propose the admission of a new member. One who would be deeply grateful and add immensely to the spirit of our club and the value. I propose Mr. Theodore Lawrence as an honorary member of our club.
Absolutely not.
No. Oh, come now, do have him.
This is a ladies' club.
Boys only joke around and will wish to be private and buffer. But you know, Lord, he don't do anything of such sort. He'll give a tone to our contribution and keep us from being sentimental. Don't you see he does so much for us, and the least we can do is just offer him a place here. Consider it. Yes, I think we'll have to do it. Even if we are afraid. I think he may come and scrap or two if he likes. Well now, dear ladies, I suppose you should put it to a vote, shouldn't we? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Aye.
Well,
Good, bless you.
Ladies, allow me to present myself as a very humble servant of the club. My noble patron is not to be claimed for making everything tonight. I planned it and she only gave in after lots of teasing.
Oh, don't blame it all on yourself.
But on my honor, I never will again emerge in such vile manner again and try to devote myself to the interests of this immortal club.
Here, here.
As a token of my gratitude and means of friendly relations between nations, I have set up a post office in the hedge to hold and pass around all sorts of things. Allow me to present the club keys, and with many thanks for your favor, take my seat.
No one ever regretted the admittance of Laurie. The more devoted, well-behaved, and jovial member of the club had. The Pivot Club flourished wonderfully, and days passed quickly after the meeting. On Saturday, weeks later, Joe and Meg received the invitation from Laurie. During the afternoon, Joe and Meg began getting ready to go outdoors with an air of secrecy. Meanwhile, Beth was also coming to herself after intensely observing the Laurie's manner the whole morning. Such secrecy and plans, however, quickly excited some of Vanity Corral.
Oh, come on, Meg.
Beth, we're coming back soon.
What is it? Wait, Rose, where are you going?
Beth?
I'm going.
Beth?
I'm going. To Mr. Lawrence's? Why, Beth, do? Lawrence's? I saw both to. No 3 times to get near that house.
She's done it at last.
Well, now where's the tickets?
With me, with a better live.
Wait, where are both going? Never mind, little girl shouldn't ask questions. I think you should let me go too. Beth is going to play the piano, and I haven't got anything to do.
We can't steer because you aren't invited.
Can't go, you so stop being a baby and whine about it. Oh, you are going to Summer Glory. I know you are. Yes, we are. Now stop asking. You are going to the theater to see the 7 castles.
Just listen to me, Elise. Slow down.
I've got my rent money, and you told me not to tell me in time.
Suppose we take her?
If she goes, I shan't, and if I don't go, Lord wouldn't like it. He'd write it only so I better think that maybe not poke herself if she doesn't want to. I shall go. I've got my rent money. Max says I may. You weren't asked, and you're not going. Ouch!
Next time, Amy.
Oh, come on, Meg. We'll be late. You'll be sorry for this, Joe Marcy. Wait! Ah.
Joe, Meg, and Laurie had a charming time at the theater, but despite the music played, Joe's mind drifted back to Amy. She and Amy had many lively skirmishes in the course of their lives. For both had quick tempers and were apt to be violent and rousing, though they were always much ashamed afterward. Joe's anger never lasted long though, and when she returned home with Meg later, she had already sincerely repented and vowed trying to do better. However, the next afternoon, Joe made a discovery which produced a
Has anyone anything about it, you better tell me I don't want to make you. School as much as you like. You'll never see your silly old book again. Never. Why not? I burned them up. What? My little books that I was so fond of and meant to finish before father returned? Have you really burned it?
Yes, I did. I told you I'll make you sorry for how you treated me yesterday. Ah!
You wake up, girl! Ouch! You sang like this! How could you? Oh, I'll never forgive you as long as I live.
When Mrs. March came home, she heard the story and brought them into the sense of the wrong she had done her sister. Amy's bonfire had consumed the loving work of several years. So the loss was a dreadful calamity for Joe. However, it would take much time to restore the family to peace.
Everyone is so hateful. Oh, Joe, I'm very, very sorry. Go find Morty for a walk. He's always kind and jolly. He'll put you in a break.
Don't go too long, Joe. It's late.
There! She's ignoring me now. Such a cross patch. It's very hard loss for her.
Amy, go after them. Don't say anything until Joe has got good nature with Lori. Then take a quiet minute and do some kind thing. I'm sure Joe will be friends again with all her heart.
I'll try.
Despite Amy's best efforts, Joe felt too deeply injured to forgive her. Half an hour later, she returned home alone looking like a thundercloud much to Meg and Beth's distress.
How's your walk, Joe?
Good.
And where did you go? To what?
Where's Amy? Oh, saw her. She couldn't keep up. Or take her herself.
Joe, what did you do?
If she can't find her own ways in the woods, she shouldn't have gone.
Good evening, girls.
Good evening.
Good evening, Harvey.
It's getting dark. Amy isn't home yet. Joe?
Oh, Mother, it's my dreadful temper. Amy must be lost in the woods all by herself. And at this hour, oh, if she should trip or fall or die. How could I have been so wicked? Mother, I'll go find her.
You'll come too.
I'll get Lori to help.
Be careful. Megan, come with me.
Marmy, Meg, and Beth headed straight for the forest while Joe heard to Lawrence's house. In a few minutes, Laura joined her, eager to help, and the two set out for the forest once more. However, an hour later, none of them were able to find Amy.
Amy!
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 Amy! Amy!
Amy! Amy!
Oh, where could she be this dreadful?
Amy!
Amy! Amy!
Oh, we will find her. I'll look for her there. Amy!
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 Amy! Amy! Amy! Joel? Is that you? Amy! Oh, Amy. I'm so sorry. Oh, Joel. I'm so sorry. I'll never touch your manuscripts again. Oh, my papers. The bad thing. Oh, can't. Oh, Amy. You don't have any money. Let's go home.
Joe and Amy made their way back to the house to the delights of arming arm to the delights of the entire family. The weeks after, the sister made up for like sunshine after the storm. Peace reigned once more in the Marsh family, and friendship with the Lawrences flourished wonderfully. Meg put aside finery and found her happy place in domestic duties. Joe learned to control her temper and Amy her selfishness. Beth would run over to the Marsh mansions every day to play for old Mr. Lawrence, and Laurie kept his promise to the River Club in word and deed. Slowly but surely, spring was coming, and bringing with it the blessing would not soon forget. One fine morning, the Marsh sisters and Laurie were gathering once more to enjoy each other's society in the eternal River Club.
This year is gone. We still unite to joke and laugh and read and thread the path of literature that doth the glory lead. Long may our paper prosper well, our club unbroken be, and coming years their blessing pour on this useful games.
Bravo! What a good year it has been.
A pretty hard-won places. I'm just glad we're all well and happy together. Really, I can't hold one more drop of happiness.
If only Father is home, I shall be perfectly content.
Grandfather.
Join us.
Invitation, now you ladies have another and one here to welcome.
Father, how did you get back so soon?
I received a wound in the battle and was ordered home, which I did gladly, having done my duties to God and men. It gladdens my heart to see my daughters again. And thank you, Mr. Lawrence and young Lori, for being such good companions to my girls.
Don't mention this. Too grateful for what you got this day, my guess.
Oh, Father, we missed you so much.
It has been a rough road for all, but judging from what I've read in your mother's letters, I think the year was not an unfulfilled.
What have you read, Father? Do tell us.
Meg, I see through your writing that you have learned to seek and find better happiness than beauty can offer. Joel, meanwhile, has the look of one who knows the value of forgiveness. And I congratulate you, my girl, on your victory over an accusing sin. I also noticed that Beth's smile is brighter, her voice louder, and I'm proud of her for venturing out of our little home circles to touch others with her kindness. As for Amy, I believe she has learned to think of other people well, and of herself less, a lesson that will make her a blessing wherever she goes. My daughters, I am proud of each one of you, and I am glad from the bottom of my heart to call you my little woman.
Now, please welcome our behind-the-scenes members. First, members of the technical team, Andy Chung. Next, please welcome our custom department members, Janet Yan. And our props and sets team, please welcome Titus Wong, Anna Tai, Justin Min. And now our cast members, Anna Tai as Sally Gardner, Danny Chen as Ned Moffat. Johnny Wong as Mr. March and Jasmine Lin as Mom. Andy Chung as Mr. Lawrence and Samuel Lee as Lawrence. Next, the March sisters. Please welcome Esther Lam as Amy March, Dalton as and producers of The Little Women. Welcome Rebecca Wu and Sally Tan.
Yeah.